Welcome back, everybody. My name is All Fun and Games. I stream every day on Twitch TV, and I also make fun little videos here on YouTube. Today, we're talking about none other than the festive tree planter, which is part of the Winter's Feast. If you have not had a chance to make these beautiful little planters, you can go ahead and plop them down, and all it really takes to make them is 2 poop and 1 board. Very simple and very easy to make. Next up is, of course, making yourself the trees, right? So we want to make sure that we give them. So I'm going to give myself some pine cones, and pretty much from there you can go ahead and decide obviously what you want to do. You can put different types of cones in here, so of course we can do different types of trees and whatever else, but for now I'm just going to keep it nice and sophisticated and normal, what we would normally see, the types of trees that we want to put bulbs on. And I can go through the process of pretty much just skipping forward, so we can do score skip and then skip to day, let's say 100, and watch the trees grow, and of course things go on from there. Let's go ahead and give ourselves some meatballs, as it's important to keep our nice important bellies full. And from there, of course, we have a ton of towns that are going to attack us. So let's just chuck us into God mode if we can real quick. Anyways, now that the trees are semi-full or semi-growing, we can go through the process of course, I'm going to go ahead and attack these hounds real quick, just because why not? We don't want to have them running around trying to interrupt our amazing video, do we? And I don't really want to hurt the pigs. I just want to kill the varglet, and voila, there we go. Thank you, pigs, for helping me. I appreciate it. Okay, so now these little dudes are obviously just going to start growing and growing and growing until they get to a bigger set of trees. Now, what we want to do from there is, of course, take it a little bit step further. In case you want to, just do what I've done and just make these little tiny Christmas trees, that's entirely up to you. Of course, everyone has the option to just stop there. But you can go a little bit further than that. And, of course, I'm going to show you why you would want to. Just because it's nighttime doesn't mean that we can't get little tiny presents from none other than Santa himself. So, let's go ahead and re-equip ourselves some of this. Perhaps give ourselves some of this. Thank God I'm inside of creative mode. And we'll follow suit with making the next best thing. And that is, of course, a tent. So when we go ahead and finally make ourselves a tent, we want to put it there, make sure that we have nothing in our inventory. I usually recommend holding yourself in an area that doesn't have a lot of light around there, but holding yourself with a torch and getting your miner hat off and holding the torch in your hand, and then entering inside the tent. When you do, if you have any ornaments on the tree, you will hear a jingle, and then depending on how many ornaments you have on the tree, when you wake up in the morning, well, none other than Santa Claus himself will come over and give you some presents. But we, of course, don't have any ornaments on the tree, so let's see if we can give ourselves some ornaments. And also, obviously, helps to make the trees grow bigger, too. I don't know if the ornaments are... Winter ornament antline. Let's see if we can give ourselves that. Yeah, so I can't put them on the tree just yet, so we have to wait a few seconds. Let's go ahead and eat this little log here. And let's skip the day, because why not? Skip 100. And, of course, we are going to run out of light again. Well, let's go ahead and do this. And the trees are nice and starting to grow again. Probably should skip one more time. It's important to obviously be in creative mode when you're doing this. Obviously, if you're just messing around. But like I'm doing, I'm just trying to show you guys how to properly go through the process. And I'm probably going to die here. No, Vargs, don't kill me. I want to be in creative mode. There we go. It's very annoying when, of course, hounds start to attack you. But anyways, let's skip the day one more time just to show the trees are growing. And, of course, we got Deercloth showing up and having a fun time, too. But at the end of the day, I think our trees are fully grown. So I could probably plop down that antline little thing in there. Look at that little antline. Okay. I'm actually going to have a fun time with this and probably telepoof over if I can. I don't think I'm going to have a chance to. If I can do this correctly. Nope, it's not going to let me because there's too many hounds around there. But anyways, what would end up happening, I'm going to explain to you, is pretty much you would put this little decoration on there when it's finally darkness and you don't have 5 trillion, billion, gazillion things attacking you like I do, of course. You would go through the process of course, finally sleeping inside of the tree, or inside of the tent, and then, of course, underneath the tree, when it's complete darkness, you'll have a little tiny present. But if you don't really care too much about the presents, which I'm sure lots of you are not really looking for that, you can, of course, skip that process and just grow yourself some nice, fancy-looking trees. That's how you get presents and Don't Starve together in Winter's Feast, and, of course, even if I sleep right now, you're not going to have it because there's still tons of light on the outside, but I think if I were to zoom in around the darkness, I don't know, there's still some stuff on fire, so until those actually dissipate and go through, you're not going to get any type of presents. But anyways, you also have to make sure too, one other thing to remember is that if you decide that you want to sleep inside the tent, depending on how many ornaments are on the trees, depends on how good the presents are. And of course, there's different variables that come into play. How good are ornaments? How many ornaments? Also making sure that you're not sleeping in the tent too much, so you're not obviously making Santa Claus mad. So, you know, that's another thing too. I want to skip the time and make it nighttime, but of course, yeah, it's not going to really matter in that case. We're just going to have more hounds attacking us. But anyways, that's how you do it. Go out there, enjoy your Don't Starve Together skills, and enjoy the time that you have left for Winter's Feast, as of course Winter's Feast is coming to an end very soon. But that is how you get your presents. Hopefully you don't die 400 times, but you know, this is what happens when you're trying to make a simple video of explaining to people how to just grow a tiny little Christmas tree and sleep in a tent. The hounds have to ruin everything. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you soon.